For the last week, I've spent every working day trying to figure out where a conspiracy nut was for an hour while we recorded one day in 2020. Or, if you want to get technical about it, and apparently I do, where a conspiracy nut was for 3 minutes while he placed an order for a pepperoni in Fruit Cup pizza. This search sometimes feels undignified on my part. I've had to ask about my co-host's pizza orders. Where, how often, with whom, about notes he left on my desk telling me to stop asking him questions, about his drug habits, about how he doesn't know anything about drugs. And I'm not a detective or a private investigator. I'm not even a crime reporter. I'm just a man with a microphone. But yes, every day this week, I've tried to figure out the alibi of a mysterious man trying to order a pizza. Before I get into why I've been doing this, I just want to point out something I never really...
Will.
Hey, buddy.
What are you doing?
Well, we got that weird transmission last week, and I just thought that I'd record a podcast about trying to figure out what it was, and...
Are you doing a serial spoof?
Yeah.
It came out in 2014.
No, I know.
What's next? Are you going to say you're not famous anymore, like Shia LaBeouf? Like, come on. It's 2020.
Did that also happen in 2014?
It did.
Okay. No, I just thought a lot of people listened to Serial. I thought maybe that would be a good touch, the cultural touchstone.
Yeah, a lot of people listened to it when the final episode of How I Met Your Mother came out.
Another
2014. Okay. What are you doing?
So I should just cancel the Serial bit?
Yes. Get your shit, put it in a box, get it all together. What are you doing?
Do you have any other 2014 cultural moments?
Yeah, Justin Bieber was arrested in Miami of charges of driving under the influence.
I miss that guy.
Mm-hmm.
If I can't do my Serial spoof, can we at least start the show?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, cool.
Hello, folks. Welcome to another episode of Conspiracy. With me always is the wonderful, amazing William Corvus.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Not too bad yourself.
Oh, it's going well. It's been a fun week.
Yeah. What have you been doing? Having so much fun.
Well, I actually started binge watching a new show.
Oh yeah, what show?
It's called Franklin and Bash.
Ooh.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of it?
No. That show is actually for losers.
It's basically Ally McBeal with balls. Is if I was a marketing executive in the United Kingdom, that's how I would describe it.
Yeah. Is that how someone described it?
Yeah, that's how a marketing executive in the United Kingdom described it.
Ah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It stars Breckin Meyer, Mark Paul Gosselaar.
You know what? I lied. I said that show's for losers. I just don't think you can handle it. Like I love that show, and as everyone knows, I am the president of the Franklin and Bash fan club. I just don't think you have what it takes to be a basher, as what we call ourselves.
No, I'm more of a Frank head.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Those are normally the little awful people. Yes.
Yeah, I've heard that about bashers.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
They're
Frank
petty.
head.
They're jealous. Yeah. How's your week been?
Stressful as always. Someone left the fridge open, so I had to fix that.
Fuck. Who?
It was you.
Shit. Right. I'm sorry. I was trying to see if I could get in it. Because I heard that if you climb into a fridge, you can survive a nuclear apocalypse.
I read that in a scientific magazine. Oh, what was it called? I think it was a scientific film.
I think it was GQ.
Yeah. I might have been thinking about Indiana Jones. That's a scientific document, right?
I'm not familiar with. What did you... Indiana what?
Indiana Jones. Have you ever seen National Treasure?
Yeah, I love that movie with Nicolas Cage, and he's like, "I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence."
Yes,
he sounds like Batman.
Well, that movie was incredible. They decided to make a spin-off movie called Indiana Jones.
Oh, man, I should go watch it.
Yes, it's very good.
You know what? After this recording, and after I finish season 5 of Franklin and Bash,
Yes.
that's what I'm gonna go watch.
There's only 4 seasons. A true fan would know that.
True fans would know about the secret 5th season that they made in secret.
Super duper fans would know that the 5th season is not canon, and if you watch it, you're basically just watching filler, and that's not cool.
Super duper trooper fans would know that bashers suck balls.
Please leave my bunker.
News?
No. Of course, I'm kidding. News.
The creators of Waterworld publicly apologized this week for their prediction of what the apocalypse would look like being so wrong. When asked about their mistake, Peter Rader, one of the 2 credited writers, told us, "I just thought there would be a lot of water. Like, water everywhere. No land. Just water." Rader and co-writer David Twohy joined the creator of Tank Girl and the author of The Hunger Games on the list of many people who were extremely wrong about what this hellhole we call life would look like. Meanwhile, George Miller, the creator of Mad Max, continues to be more right by the day.
It's a crazy world. I kind of wish we had more water. You know, I'm always thirsty. We barely have any water going around. Oh, Waterworld sounds pretty darn nice instead of this awful desert-esque.
Sorry, Ken, I was enjoying a nice cold glass of water. What were you talking about right there?
Hey, where'd you get that water?
This water?
Yeah.
It was in so like I found a bunch of bottles in a box marked "Will Keep Out."
Got it. I'm very glad you found that.
Yeah, I'm glad you marked. I assume it was you who marked them because it was I'm glad you gave them to me because like will keep, but out of this closet that I found it in.
Yes. You see, before you got it, I needed somewhere to store our pee, but I didn't know where to put it.
No, I saw those bottles as well. Those were in a separate box that said "Will take, please," and I took them and I put them in your room.
Yes. You see, that's where I stored the actual water, but the ones I marked "Will keep out," oh, that's pee. You're drinking pee right now, Will. Welcome to the bunker.
Sorry, Ken. I was taking another sip. I didn't hear what you said.
You know, never mind. Don't worry about it, buddy. I'm glad you're around.
See, my current take on whether we should have more or less water is I actually think less.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's not dry enough for me because I like it like Arizona, like a nice, dry heat.
I'm pretty sure people in Arizona don't even like it like Arizona.
Well, Arizona doesn't exist anymore, as we all know.
Yeah,
Got too cold. Too cold.
If you could pick one apocalypse movie that this is what it actually looked like, what would it be?
Speed Racer.
Speed Racer? Yeah. Yeah, see, I don't really think that's an apocalypse movie. That's more of a utopia movie.
No, it seems like a utopia, but there's an underbelly of crime.
Yeah, but like, isn't that all utopias? Like, nothing's perfect. And really, the underbelly of crime is where we all should be.
By definition, utopias are perfect.
I don't think that's right. I think Speed Racer's a utopia.
What apocalypse film would you pick?
Peter Rabbit?
Okay.
Yes.
I'm listening. Is that I have not seen it. Is that an apocalypse film?
Yes.
Okay.
It's in a film. Really, watching it is more of an apocalypse of like you have to endure this weird, not fun movie of a little rabbit running around, and it really makes you appreciate the apocalypse. Yeah.
Understood. Understood.
Local man Bruce Berner was caught this week confusing PBR with ASMR, ending with him attending the wrong convention. In our exclusive interview, Mr. Berner told us that once he opened the door to the convention center, he realized he made a mistake. While he expected to see a bunch of like-minded people drinking the cool, refreshing beverage that is Pabst Blue Ribbon, instead, he couldn't understand a thing anyone was saying because they were all speaking so softly. And what he could hear made him uncomfortable. Although Mr. Berner made a mistake, our sources tell us that he did in fact stay for the entire convention, and even attended some private panels.
Hi, Ken.
Hey, Will.
It's me. It's me. But I'm doing ASMR.
Yeah? Yeah, what,
Yeah, or I might just be whispering. I'm not really sure.
what are you wearing?
A sweatshirt.
All right, it's giving me the heebie-jeebies. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. Stop doing ASMR, Will.
Yeah, but the problem is, the thing about ASMR is that it is the only way you can get a haircut in the apocalypse. Think about it.
Yeah?
Yeah, they've got ASMR videos where it makes it feel like you're getting your haircut, but where are you going to go get your haircut in the apocalypse? That's why I'm growing mine out. But sometimes I miss the feeling of getting my haircut. So what do? Put the old headphones on. Thanks for letting me borrow them, by the way.
Of course.
And put in my little ASMR _ haircut _ sexytime.mp3.
What if we are at the ground floor of something remarkable? See, no one can leave the house because of the apocalypse and not much is open. What if we started an ASMR for everything people miss? Like getting an oil change or going to the grocery shop or stabbing a Robin leader in the back after he trusted you.
I like all of those. Can I try one?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to overcharge you $300 for the oil change. That was the oil change one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you give me another one? I'm loving these.
Hey, Julius Caesar, it's me, Brutus. I'm stabbing you.
Oh, I think we're on to something.
I think we're on to something. Look forward to our new podcast where we just do ASMR bits the whole time.
This is Ken and Will.
Save it for the podcast, buddy.
Got it.
This portion of Conspiracy is brought to you by Creaky Floorboards. Hey, don't step so darn loud. The baby is sleeping. Conspiracy, sponsored by Creaky Floorboards. Well, folks, it's been a while, but it's time to check in on who is right outside our window. It's Hey, who's that?
Hey, folks. If you look outside our window, you will see Juan Garcia Oliver. He was a Spanish anarchist in the Second Spanish Republic, and now he runs a worker-managed collective scone shop that operates entirely out of the realm of capitalism. That's neat. Have a good day, Juan Garcia Oliver.
I don't know, Ken. I want to support his worker-managed collective scone shop, but my political alignment just won't let me.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I really don't know much about your political thoughts. What are they?
I'm more of a pastry guy.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Scones are okay, but I want a good pastry, and I just don't know if I can support scone shops.
What about a bagel? Like, is that an entirely different
Entirely
market?
different. That's more of a bread,
I
make a sandwich out of that.
You could make a sandwich out of a scone, cut it in half, put some bologna, shrimp, pasta, antipasta, a little motor grease, and then the other part of a scone. I think you're limiting yourself.
No, that sounds good, but I'm allergic to motor grease and antipasta. Yeah,
those things go hand in hand.
Runs in the family.
Oh, that's too bad.
I know.
Yeah.
I just can't. I wish the scone shop well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not for me.
What could they do anything to the scone to make you want to eat it?
You could flatten it.
Yeah.
You could make it into a pastry. That's about it.
What if they sold other things that sound like scone? Like those type of restaurants are really hip. Like a scone, and they also sell cones and domes and roams.
If you can get them to sell phones,
There you go.
I would visit.
Shockingly, something that rhymes with scone that I did not say first.
Yeah, but that's what I'm here for.
Yes, you are.
That's what I'm here for.
So you would go to the scone, phone, and foam shop.
Yes.
Yes.
In a heartbeat. Got to support workers' rights.
Maybe we can talk to him, convince him.
Let's do that. But for now, news.
News.
HBO has announced that they'll be rebranding their name after being purchased by Tamburello and Sons, the famous crime syndicate out of Los Angeles. Now known as OBO, or Only Box Office, the company wants its customers to know that if they want a movie, there's only one place in town to go. Tony Tamburello, the new CEO and infamous money launderer, issued a statement to us saying, "If you want movies, we have you covered. You want comedies? We got them. Action movies, superheroes, dramas. I got shit that'll make you fucking cry. But if you want movies, you gotta come through us, or else you'll be sleeping with the fishes." Meanwhile, the CEO of Regal has announced that he'll be closing the rest of the theaters in the US for unexplained reasons.
Wow.
Wow.
It's about time that the mob got back into film and really all businesses alike.
I agree. I think movies were better when the mob was involved, and I'm not just saying that because they've paid me to say it.
Now, the elephant in the room.
Yes.
Are you afraid that this is going to lead to more mob movies?
I hope it does.
Yeah?
Yeah. All my favorite movies revolve around the mob. I hope they have better endings. A lot of them tend to end with like downers of like the big mob boss gets shot or goes to prison or like dies alone in a retirement facility.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'd rather them go out in a blaze of glory and also live forever and have unlimited money and
Yes.
drugs and women.
Yes. Yes. Now, do you think there's a chance
Yeah.
that, remakes are a really big thing?
Correct.
People love remaking movies.
They do.
Now, if the mob is in charge of movies, do you think they could remake movies that did not have a mob element and put one in? Let me float one by you.
Okay.
Finding Nemo, and they're trying to find him.
I think that's pretty good. And it's like there could be a lot of sleeping with the fishes jokes.
Yes, it's right there.
It's right there.
And where is this fish? Well, the mob has him. So now it's a gritty story of this dad fish trying to find his son.
It's like Finding Nemo meets Taken.
Taken 100%
I like
and
it.
in the ocean.
I like it. I like it. Can I float another one?
Go for it.
By you?
Yeah.
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. Okay. Now, some would say that the movie's already about the mob. Some would say that. Where are you going to add more mafia elements?
I'm sorry. It's about the mob.
Yes, I am.
I think. Look, I think Death of the Author and all that. You can read into whatever movies you want, but I think if you see the mob in Goodfellas, you're watching it wrong.
I don't want to quote the movie, but I think at one point he does say that he's always loved being in the mob. I don't know. I don't want to put words in the guy's mouth, but I'm pretty sure the movie is about the mafia.
Are we sure we're talking about the same movie? Because I'm talking about the one where a guy gets sent to prison for like not committing a crime, and then he breaks out and he reunites with Morgan Freeman. Goodfellas. It's about good fellas in a prison.
All right, so I will never disagree that those two are good fellas, but they are more good fellows.
Okay.
Not the expression good fella, which means you're in the mob.
Okay.
I do.
I guess I didn't pick up on that. That's on me.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that movie actually has an entirely different name. Yeah, it's called The Last Castle.
Huh.
It's a movie about a prisoner who's in the last castle, and there's a revolt and
a redemption.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a good movie. Should rewatch Goodfellas, starring Morgan Freeman.
I'd watch the hell out of that movie.
News?
News. In religious news, a scientific exploration in Jerusalem has finally uncovered that the real blood of Christ didn't taste like or resemble wine, but actually was quite close to Pepsi Fire. When asked for a statement, head of research at the Institute of Soft Drinks and Also Blood, Dr. Douglas Doogie, told us, "We knew this was going to lead to an unheard of discovery, but we had no idea how big this was going to be. This is a true game changer in both science and delicious beverages. We reached out to Pepsi, but they have not responded. Soft drink specialists, however, predict this may result in Pepsi Fire finally returning to store shelves, perhaps with a new Christian-themed branding.
This is a big discovery, but
Huge.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Did Jesus' blood taste like Pepsi Fire, or does Pepsi Fire taste like Jesus' blood? Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
I think we need to dive deep into that. Will, what you are suggesting is that the scientists at Pepsi
Yes.
knew what Jesus' blood tasted like.
Correct. That is what I'm saying.
And there was no scientific research before.
No.
So you are implying, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but
Please continue.
Are you implying that the people at Pepsi may be godlike and knew what Jesus' blood tastes like, or some kind of cleric-esque vision?
That is what I'm saying.
Wow.
I'm saying they may have discovered this years ago and hidden it from the world at large.
Pepsi Fire was not on the shelves for long.
And I think it was because of the Illuminati.
Yeah.
As we know, they tend to pull products that get a little too close to the truth.
Yeah. Wow.
I am excited for them to finally bring back Pepsi Fire, of course.
Love it.
Even if it's a bit of a religious drink now, it would be cool if you could do like communion with Pepsi Fire, because like I'm not a big wine guy.
Yeah, Pepsi Fire at church. Now, I do like mixing Pepsi Fire and a little Jack when I'm, relaxing. I'm not sure I want to drink an alcoholic beverage with a picture of Jesus on it. So, like, hopefully I can just turn the can.
Yeah. I can't imagine they're going to put Jesus' face over the whole thing.
It would be some wicked branding, though.
Yeah, it would be. It would be.
Folks, we are living in tough times, but we always want you to know, if you need help with something, Will and I are here to help you. If you have a question about the apocalypse, well, we're experts, so feel free to write in whenever you want. And today, someone did that, and Will's going to answer their lovely question.
Dear Conspiracy, it was getting a little stuffy in my bunker last week, so I cracked open the window for about 30 minutes. Now I'm growing a third arm. What should I do? Army of Arms in Arkansas. That's a tough one. That's a toughie.
Are we allowed to make fun of the person who submitted this?
I mean, there's no law against it.
What a dummy. You don't open the window in the apocalypse. Come on. You don't open the window in the apocalypse.
Yeah. Will you excuse me for 1 second?
Oh yeah, what's wrong? What?
Nothing. I just... Sorry, I had to...
What was that?
It gets a little warm in here when we record, so...
No.
Just when we record, I had it cracked.
It's lucky I have those filtration filters set up.
Oh, those make a lot of noise, so I turned those off as well. I'll go turn them back on.
Yeah, I would do that if I were you.
Yeah.
Now, all jokes aside, if you have a third arm, embrace it. Now, you might have to cut another hole in your shirt, right? Or, change your wardrobe. But now you have 3 hands, and that's better than 2. So really, don't look at this as a problem. Look at it as a solution to not being able to cook and fold laundry at the same time. Now you can.
I'm quite confused on where this arm is growing, because the person didn't specify. Is it growing from like one of their sides? Is it growing out of their chest? Is it growing out of their, not to be blue, but out of their butt? You know what I'm saying?
That would be pretty rad.
It would be pretty funny.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
butt arm.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there. Talk more about butt arm.
I'm gonna move on.
Yeah, okay.
Is it growing out of their head? Is it growing out of their, you know? Is it?
Butt?
Ooh. You can't get me with the butt comment. You know I think that word's funny. Is it growing out of one of their arms? Is it an arm out of an arm?
What if it was growing out of the hand, so they just had a really long, just two hands?
Well, we know it's not growing out of their hand, because if it was another arm growing out of their hand, they wouldn't have wrote in. They would have been like, oh, like I constantly open the window and stick my hand out hoping that'll happen. And also when I do it, I do turn off your filtration system.
Oh, that's fine. I'm almost always wearing a mask, so if you change, I don't really care.
What was that?
Don't worry about that, Will.
Anyway, Army of Arms in Arkansas, thank you for writing in. Hopefully we helped you.
Conspiracy is brought to you by Kate's Cannonball and Chandelier Shop. This new shop is quickly becoming a powerhouse in the cannonball and chandelier market, as they promise to match any price from any other store in the continental US. The folks at Kate's Cannonball and Chandelier Shop are committed to fulfilling all your artillery and formal function needs, as their showroom has many of the newest models available. If you act now and use promo code CONSPIRACY at checkout, they will throw in a 36-pounder long gun with every online order. We thank Kate's Cannonball and Chandelier Shop for their continued support of the show.
The VFABT, formerly known as Vampires for a Better Tomorrow, have announced that they will be holding a global protest at many local town halls, expressing their disdain with how they're being portrayed in the media. The head of the organization, Vladerson, stated they hope this nonviolent protest will help change the public opinion on vampires and show people that they're just like a normal person, except they can't tell when they're having a bad hair day. With analysis for this story, we turn to our correspondent in the field, Brendan.
How's it going, guys? Thank you for pitching it over to me. So I gotta say, this big vampire thing, I honestly think it's a little blown out of proportion here. I mean, they're the undead. They're us, but dead. I mean, I think that we can all get along, you know. Whether it be I Am Legend vampires or the divide between the Twilight vampires, I just really think we could figure this one out.
Now, would you say, do you trust one vampire more than another vampire?
I don't really trust anyone, so...
No? Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Even us?
I got my reasons. I mean, I have reasons to trust you guys because you guys are very similar to the Ken and Will I know, but just a bit cooler. Because you guys are letting me do this, you know.
That
sounds right.
Yeah, it sounds right.
But if I would have to choose between the two, I don't know. I don't trust a pretty face, so the Twilight vampires are definitely a little untrustworthy.
Ken, do you trust vampires?
100%. My best friend's a vampire.
No, I'm not a vampire.
Yeah, like I said, my best friend's a vampire.
Is this your way of telling me I am a vampire?
No, Will, you are 100% not a vampire, and you are also
Are you sure?
100% not my best friend.
Well, I mean, ouch.
I actually personally know Vladerson. He's one of my closest and dearest friends. He's a great guy, and if they say they need more rights, then more power to him.
Now you've never mentioned him before. Brendan, has Ken ever mentioned Vlad to
not
you
in the
before?
phone calls we've had. No. The phone calls we've had, I've never been mentioned Vlad. Just that, you know, I may be able to take your spot someday.
Ooh, Brendan,
get to
those
see-
phone calls were private, and we weren't going to talk about them.
Take my. Oh, you mean like take my old bed because you're gonna finally get me like an actual bed, not just a cot.
No, there are no plans of getting you anything besides the newspaper cot that I put out for you.
Yeah, I meant to talk to you about that. Can I have the old cot back? Because I liked it more than the newspaper cot.
No, I store stuff on that cot. I like to put my stuffed animals and hand grenades on it. It's a good shelf. We're getting off topic though. My list of best friends as it goes is number 1, Vladder Vladderson.
Okay.
Number 2, Brendan.
Thank you.
I just met him, but he's a very good guy.
Thank you.
Sure.
Number 3, that bear outside. And of course, number 4, William Corvus.
Well, you know what? I'm glad I cracked the top 5. I'm pretty happy about that. I got to say, I was expecting to. Well, I was expecting to be number 1, but I will take number 4. How many total friends do you have?
4.
All right. Well, it's the small victories that count on this show, and I'm gonna keep telling myself that.
Hey, folks. It's my pleasure to give you a moment to meet one of our newest members of this radio show, the one, the only, Brendan.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's honestly a pleasure to be a part of another conspiracy in a different universe. I mean, it's crazy how everything started with just a phone call, you know? It was like my interview was there, but I didn't even know it. So a little backstory. I'm from a different universe where the Conspiracy was actually a show, and ours ended after, you know, some stuff happened and all that stuff. And I was jobless. You know, I have a pretty lengthy resume. I was a Kids Bop singer for a second. I was a lab assistant to Ken and Will. I was kind of their main correspondent when it came to all the conspiracies and things. But it's glad to be back to where I feel wanted. I definitely really enjoyed being a part of them, and I think this Ken and Will lead me to where I want to go as well. And it's just, you know, it was refreshing to find, you know, through some sort of quantum void, or I guess it really had to do with my cell phone I made. I don't really trust anyone, so I have my own cell phone company that I created and launched my own satellite that I think I launched into the wrong orbit that somehow was able to contact this Will and Ken, and honestly, it couldn't have been better. I have more opportunities here. I'm actually somebody. They see me as somebody. I mean, these guys are way better than the Will and Ken I know. I mean, I really lost myself, and I feel like I've been able to rediscover who I am through this incident, you know? And I think they're pointing me in the right direction. I mean, I had a Tums addiction for a little while after the show ended, and it was really bad. I was hanging out with my my friends. They were in a band, and they were touring, and he offered me some Tums. They were making their rounds. I actually think they were stopping in Fredtown, USA, and I just got hooked ever since, and it was a struggle for me, and I really hit rock bottom. I really just felt worthless, you know. I really just didn't feel like I was anyone, and I ended up getting clean and moving back with Ken and Will. Again, in the basement, but you know, it was better than nothing, and I was really trying to restart my life, and I think it restarted with a phone call, and that phone call changed my life.
That is an incredible journey, Brendan, and it is so weird to know that there are different versions of people like me and Ken.
I know, it's crazy. I mean, I didn't really plan on this. I really just wanted to keep a secure line, just so none of my enemies could find me, but honestly, I think it helped me find my two best friends.
So what is the other Ken like? As touching as your story is, I don't really care about it at all. Tell me about the other Ken.
Well, I mean, if you're as good looking as he is, I mean, he's a great good looking guy. I mean, he literally is godly. Like, I worship the man to a point where I was a part of a cult. I had a shrine to him. And that's what led me down the path, and I think I had to leave that path because it was just too crazy for me, and I really think that I'm sorry, it's just hard to talk about.
Well, this Ken is just a normal Ken living in a bunker, so there's no cult here. I promise.
I know, and I feel that with you guys. You know, I feel like a new family has been found. You know, I really found a new meeting, and it just feels great. It feels great to be able to talk to you guys.
Now, wait, if the other Ken was basically a god, what was the other Will like? Was he like super fucking cool? And, like,
maybe he was like ripped or something.
yeah, was he like
yeah.
shredded, just like completely
No.
swole?
No, he was pretty lame.
Oh.
He was like the epitome of Spider-Man 3, Tobey Maguire, like the emo one. It was really bad.
I think that movie has some good parts.
Yeah, but
I
that
like the
part was
Sandman.
not good at all. Sandman was great, but that Will was not the Sandman.
Well, at least I guess I can take pleasure in knowing that I'm the better Will. I guess I got that going for me.
Yeah, you're not enslaved to Ken the God, so I mean,
Oh, wait,
Enslaved?
so you're telling me this Ken's actually like got full control of his will? Hey, do you think you could put that Ken on the phone when we're done? Like, I just have a few questions.
I mean, yeah, he's out right now, but
What does
yeah,
he
I could
do?
definitely
What's
get you
it,
guys.
like? What's he doing?
He doesn't really do much. I mean, he drinks a lot of Mountain Thunder and listens to Reba. You like Reba, right?
I do.
Oh, we both we love Reba. We
All right,
stand
so
Reba.
there's a lot of. I was gonna say they're pretty big Reba fans. But yeah, I mean, he just he does his thing. They just kind of sit around at home. They don't really do much anymore. We tried to restart some stuff, but they're trying to pursue other careers. I mean, Ken, he's trying to be a world touring artist on his piccolo. And Will, he went down to the Midwest. He just he wanted to be a surfer, I think. I don't know. I don't really keep in touch with them.
Oh man, I would kill to be a surfer in Iowa. Oof.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
my dream.
Yeah, I know. He just saw that movie Surf's Up and instantly fell in love with Shia LaBeouf's
Oh, I
penguin
love
character.
Shia LaBeouf as a penguin. I mean, just you can't get more iconic. That is an iconic role if I've ever seen one.
And that's exactly what Will said. So, I mean, that's why he's there.
Oh man, wherever that other Will is, good. We salute you. Good on you.
Well, I'm really glad that you're joining the show, and maybe someday we'll find a way to bring you into this universe.
I'm working on it actually. I have the lab in the basement still. They still kept that for me. Thankfully, it's under my cage.
You do know that like we are living in an apocalypse, though. So like, if it's better on your side, maybe we should go to your side and just take out the other Will and Ken.
That's something we could talk about. I mean, I've tried to kill Will before, so I mean, I have a contingency plan for both of you.
It's good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, us Wills, we're always evading people trying to kill us, but you can't.
Well, I
catch
wasn't
us.
really worried about you. I wasn't really worried about you. Actually, my contingency plan for you is really not that crazy. I was just gonna give you a
Again,
sandwich
another
and kill
phone
you.
call, another time, another place, Brendan. We'll talk about that
Yeah,
plan
yeah.
later.
Sorry. I'm trying to be better. My
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was checking the weather. Still bad outside.
Still bad.
Still bad.
So yeah, how is the apocalypse with you guys? Like, what am I missing? What do you guys have still? You guys.
Do you not listen to the show? Like, we're pretty clear that it's awful. There was a mascot fight. It's raining lightning. It's pretty rough.
I kind of like it, but only because I was homeless before this, and now I have this cool bunker.
I wouldn't say you have a cool bunker.
I have this cool bunker.
I would say you are basically homeless in the bunker.
This cool bunker is mine now.
Yeah, you keep on saying that. Hey, Brendan, we should get you here as fast as possible, unrelated to the will.
I'm trying. Trust me, I'm trying. I'll keep you guys updated on my machine. It's currently I'm missing a few things, but I'm in talks with other people in different dimensions. I was able to get the phone working. Yeah.
Wait. I have one more very important question. Does your universe still have the hot and spicy?
Oh, of course. I mean,
We gotta go.
Yeah.
We gotta go.
We gotta go.
Brendan, we gotta let you go. We are going to work on a way to get to your world. I need that hot and spicy McChicken, and I need it now.
We'll get some blueprints. We gotta get
We're
over
planning
there.
this. We gotta go.
all right. I will send you guys a PDF of Stargate, complete season 1. That's kind of what I'm basing this off of.
That's a pretty good way to blueprint it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Another week, another rough time in the apocalypse, but as always, your favorite host, Ken Driftwood, keeps it real with Silver Linings Playbook.
This is what I believe to be true. This is what I learned in the hospital. You have to do everything you can. You have to work your hardest. And if you do, if you stay positive, you have a shot at a silver lining.
You know what I'm grateful for? No longer having to pay any attention to my Bitcoin stock. I remember seeing Bitcoin go from $1,000 to 10 cents in boom, a flash. No longer do I have to worry about that. And I am happy. I am happy for that.
I wish I could relate, but I did convert all of my money into Bitcoin because I was promised that was the currency of the future.
I understand where you could get that idea.
Yeah.
And that is why I've never fully kicked you out of the bunker.
Yeah.
Because I do know that you put all your money in a digital currency.
Yes, I did.
And then the bombs went off.
They did. Yeah.
And nothing electronicals worth.
No. Yeah. I put $13 million into Bitcoin, and I don't want to publicly announce my net worth, but it's under $12.
Yeah. See, I really want to stay humble, but I do feel like the world deserves to know how I paid for this bunker. And that is before the apocalypse happened, I converted all my money into pelts.
And that was smart.
Yep.
And that was smart because pelts are the main currency of the world at this point. And I thought Bitcoin was a good bet.
So did half the world.
I really screwed up.
Hey, man, happens to the best of us.
I goofed it up, you know? But any day now, I'm telling you, Bitcoin going to bounce back. Can I interest you in some Bitcoin? You want to follow my Bitcoin newsletter?
What's it at right now?
Each Bitcoin is worth 3 pelts.
Yeah?
0.3 pelts.
Ah, okay.
0.003 pelts. Okay, I can't lie to you.
Wow.
Yeah, how many pelts do you have?
A lot. That I will not say over the air.
Man. Yeah, they're going to try to break in, get the pelts. And I do leave the window open a lot. So
Yeah, as we talked about, which again, please stop doing
yeah,
that.
I will. Sorry.
Yeah. This episode of Conspiracy is brought to you by a really good cup of chili. Yum. Dang, this is some good stuff. Are there mushrooms in this? Conspiracy, sponsored by a really good cup of chili.
Well, gang, as always, we're about to wrap up our show, but before we do that, we want to think about some of the stuff we miss from the time of when. Nail clippers.
The PlayStation 1.
Glossy magazines.
Crocs.
Sensual pottery making.
Hand sanitizer.
Penicillin.
Cracker Barrel.
Ken, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm drilling out all the windows and putting locks on them so no one can open them again.
Oh, cool. Can I have a copy of the key?
No. I was going to get you a copy of the key, and then I just decided I wasn't going to do that.
Oh, okay. Well, while you finish wrapping up that, I'll end the show.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to Conspiracy. Thanks to our good new friend Brendan for coming on to talk about the news of the week. And as always, folks, give me some pelts because I sold all my money for Bitcoins.
God damn it, Will! You left the screen door open and the windows.
Oh, sorry. Have a great week, listeners.
I'm Ken,
And I'm Will.
and this has been Conspiracy.